Keep your radio dial right here. You're locked into the hottest news station on the planet. Hot 702.5 in FM sound. Blazing today's hip hop, R&B, and pop music. Keeping your radio on fire. Bringing you the hottest, realest, riskiest talk shows live 24/7 on hot7025fm.com.
Hey y'all, it's your girl Cheryl Underwood, and you're tuned into the hottest news station on the planet, Hot 702.5.
Hi. Hey. What's up?
All your favorite artists.
Check it out.
Say my name.
DJ Khaled.
This is Mila J.
Bruno Mars.
On hot7025fm.com.
Hey, what's up? What's the deal?
What's going on, guys? It is the day that we talk love. So welcome to the hottest and spiciest station that we got here on this here planet, Hot 702.5. And y'all ready to talk love? Come on in here. Come on in the room, and we're going to try to make sure that we have some type of overflow before you leave. I am Ms. Love Doctor, and my beautiful co-host could not be with us today, but she should be either calling in or joining in the comments, because she's not going to let us be too far. But before we get started, we do show some love to our sponsors, which is Keys Royalty House of Love. That is where love resides, and that is the key you need to have access, okay? And we always stand on beat with makeup and beauty, with beauty on a beat. So be sure to comment, love, share, or call in 702-551-5261. We would love to hear from you. Honesty is the only policy. Make sure you're always respectful and keep it classy, you know, because your opinion is your opinion, and that's cool and everything, but we still want to make sure we be respectful. So today we are talking love and purpose. Before we get started, I got to make sure that I introduce our wonderful guest of love here in the house. She is a businesswoman helping people who look just like me and you with all things business as a business advisor. When I met her, I fell in love with her. She didn't even know it. Now look, she's here as my little love muffin. And also a guest on Let's Talk Love. We have the beautiful Miss Nika Brown. Welcome.
Thank you.
How are you?
I'm well. I'm so honored to have this opportunity.
I'm honored to have you here. It's wonderful to have you come here, and we have this conversation that we're going to have, because I think it is purposeful.
I do so.
I think it's purposeful, and I think sometimes when you have two chocolate women's like ourselves, and it was like just an immediate connection, and it can grow.
Absolutely.
You can see how things can grow when you meet people. I mean, and I was the queen of no new friends, you know, because I was very... I know that I'm very passionate and I love very hard. So in order for me just to, I'm like, I'll be cool with everybody, but I ain't really going to let nobody in. So,
yes.
But when I met you, I was like, look at her. And you was hosting and doing your thing, and I was like, I like her. You know how you get that?
Yes.
I like her.
Yes.
And then look at us here.
Yes. I'm so happy for the opportunity of even being at that entrepreneur conference, because from that has birthed a lot of relationships and resources and women that believe in themselves to do exactly what they're purposed to do.
That's beautiful. So tell us a little bit about yourself. Tell us a little bit about who Nika is. And
So Nika is me.
Hey, Nika.
I am born and raised Vegas. I am a business consultant where we do full service business, where we're a one-stop shop. Everything that you possibly could need in business, we will take care of it for you, my team and I. So that means from startups, from already functional, we handle your business lending. If you need grant writing, if you need business credit, if you need someone to do your marketing, you need someone to do your branding, you need someone to do your administrative services. So anything that possibly could help business succeed, that's what the goal is.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Thank you.
Well, I got some businesses that I need to succeed.
Yes. Let's go do it. Let's get it done.
I got some things that I need to succeed.
Yes.
Okay, so let's see here. Marquita, Miss Beauty on the Beat already on here talking about hello, ladies.
Hi.
All right, so we are going to talk about love and purpose, baby, because once I start to dig into it, I'm like, this is going to be good, because we have gotten so far and past and removed from the purpose of love.
Right.
Like it's damn near sickening, right? So we know folks out here giving out the stank face to love as it is.
Right,
like, you know, especially they be like, you a love coach? Oh, hell no. I don't got nothing to talk about with you. But actually, we should know that love hasn't done anything to us. You know what I'm saying? And there's people who just could give two shits about love. Like, they don't give a damn about it. And they have zero purpose when it comes to love. They're even using love as a weapon.
Right.
Using love to manipulate.
Absolutely.
Using love for
Absolutely.
this. So it's like, of course, there is, what is your purpose to use it for these things?
Right.
Or, you know, how does love and purpose even go together?
So, great question. First, I would say being married for 16 years, you learn to love. This is not something you are taught to do when you have children or you have a dynamic that is automatic instant love. It's different in a marriage or relationship because you have to learn to love that person and learn what does that mean and what is their purpose, and do you even know, and do you even talk about what each other's purpose and goals are? And as a person is growing, their purpose is going to change, and are you going to be able to love them through those changes of their purpose?
Wow.
Because we don't even know most of the time what our purpose is. Let's just be honest. We take a while to figure it out, whether it's male or female. Nobody comes out and just absolutely knows. You're geared towards what you're passionate about, yes. But can someone love you when you're still trying to figure it out?
Man.
Yeah.
And I think that's so heavy because just like the conversation we were just having.
Yes.
We forget that everybody isn't taught everything.
No.
So like you said, like you still trying to figure out, well, who am I? What am I supposed to do?
Right.
What is my purpose on this earth? Is there something that I should be? Should I just be a worker bee?
Right.
Or am I an entrepreneur who's supposed to go out there and heal the world with love?
Absolutely.
Who am I?
Right.
And when you have that revelation, it's like, oh my God. But like you said, can you love me through it all?
Absolutely. And when you know that your spouse will respect you and love you and learn to love you through your purpose and push you to that, you gain a different type of level of love for that person.
Yeah.
Because you'll know that person is going to be there whether I'm up, down, ugly, whatever the case may be. And purpose is hard. Don't sugarcoat it. Don't be like, oh, I have it all together. None of us have it all together. Every day you wake up and like, okay, this is what I want to do. This is my goal to do. And let's go. But is somebody behind the scenes that can push you? My husband is awesome about pushing me, but I had to teach him how to push me because I didn't even know what I needed to be pushed in.
How to be pushed.
And how to be pushed. But now he says to me, I'm so proud of you. You can do this. You're amazing. You have this. Even on this morning, I was like, today's the day. And he was like, babe, I'm proud of you. I love you. You know, that just encouraged me so much because I know when I get home, he's going to also critique me like, babe, you could have said this a little different. But I know it's coming from a place of love.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Dang. You know what? I'm going to just move on with that because we can go so far with that. It's because it's serious. It's deep.
Absolutely.
You know, and having that person that you can fully feel vulnerable with.
Vulnerable, yeah.
Like, I know this person has my back. There's no doubt in my mind.
Yes.
I don't have to think if their intentions are ill
or malice.
or they're, you know, or they're out to get something from me. Like, I know for a fact, like you said, anything that they say to me, I can take it full.
Absolutely.
And I can just stand and whatever, how hurtful it is. And that's why people be like, do you really want the truth? Absolutely. At all times.
Absolutely. Because how do you get better if you don't have the truth?
Yeah.
And if we just think about love as a medicine, you go to the doctor and you tell them.
You go to the what?
Doctor. And you tell them what you need.
Indeed.
But we won't tell our spouse or our mate what we need. And if you just tell them, you're hurting me here. You tell the doctor when, you know what?
It hurts here.
Absolutely. And be able to verbalize that.
And the crazy part about that is that when you go to the doctor, usually you're telling them the issue.
Right.
They don't know what the issue is, and they can't really necessarily heal you. They have suggestions.
Absolutely.
You know, to be able to help solve the said issue, but you tell them exactly what it is.
Absolutely.
All the symptoms, how long it's been going
Absolutely.
on. Ooh,
yes. So you have to be able to verbalize what you need and what the purpose is for that particular need.
Yeah.
And it'll change the game for us. If I always say to myself, and this is just me, can I be honest with my insecurities? Mm-hmm. Does my husband love me enough if I tell him my insecurities?
Yeah, or will they use it
against you?
Me?
And then if you're in business and you have this purpose or whatever your purpose is, whether you're doing ministry or you're trying to figure out what your goals are, whatever it is, if you be honest with the person that you love.
Honesty is so powerful.
Yes.
And people don't really understand that concept because they've been operating in a false world.
Right.
This whole entire time.
Right.
So it's like, if you were just honest with me, this and this and that will happen. And I learned that about myself at a very, very young age. And I was like, damn, it was kind of dope because I realized, like, even with, like, that's why they talk about cheating and all these different things.
Right.
You know, you can't say it hasn't happened to you. I had a good friend.
Right.
She hooked me up with the guy.
Right.
And they did what they did, but he came and told me.
Right.
He and I can still speak to this day. Her and I, we don't speak at all.
Right.
You know, and it's like we don't speak because you didn't even think of me enough to at least be honest with me.
Right.
That's powerful.
Honesty will change so many things. Honesty, it doesn't always feel good. We're not going to portray that it does, but it does require you to push yourself and grow. Because I'd rather for someone to be honest with me so I can better me. Yeah. And I should be getting to the point where I can accept, even if it's not a good thing, that I'm willing to fix it.
Yeah.
And move.
Give me the chance.
Yes.
Give me the chance.
Yes.
Even if you don't want me to fix it.
Absolutely.
You can still tell me the truth and we could part ways and at least I know what I did and I'm like,
yes.
okay, well, I won't do that shit again.
Exactly.
That upset this person.
Exactly.
You know, but if you pussyfooting around. But what I had to learn is it's not what you say, it's how you say it.
It is definitely how you say it.
I think of myself as a very open and honest person.
You are.
But I may not say it the most pro-social way.
And I have to agree with you there.
And I have to work on that a lot. You know, like, ooh, shit. And it'd be like instant, like, I guess I didn't have to say it like that.
Right. Because even if you just change your tone.
Just a little bit.
Sometimes you even have to whisper to somebody when you know it's going to hurt. Mm-hmm. I mean, make it soft as possible. Mm-hmm. I'm serious.
Because you care about their feelings.
You care about their feelings and you want them to know it's coming from a genuine place and you don't want to damage someone.
Yeah.
Because it could be damaged. Absolutely.
Could be very damaging.
People remember what hurts.
Yeah, it stands in that cortex.
Yes.
It sits there. It's a core memory.
Yes, and you don't want hurt to be attached to you.
I all the fun things too, but that because it's a portion of that trauma that created where I don't want that to happen again. And I listened to a video today, and it was because I was going to use it as a sound, and he was saying that like we get to a place where it's such a strong defense mechanism, like. I will not be hurt like that again. But in fact, you are opening yourself up to have more self-sabotage. Actually, Beauty on the Beat sent it to me. And she's going to be so proud because I actually listened to it. But it was about self-sabotaging.
Absolutely.
And he's like, you don't realize that you're doing that because in reality, you think like, well, I'm protecting myself. In reality, you're damaging relationships.
Yes.
You're doing this and that and the other. So, you have to look within.
Absolutely.
I'm like, damn, I probably did that quite a few times.
I'm sure you did. Mm-hmm. But you're growing.
I am.
Yeah, and I'm so proud of you.
Yes. Growing up. But so we have to get into the definition. We have to see be clear about what purpose even means before we get deep into the conversation. So it is the reason for which something is done,
right,
or created, or for which something even exists. I was like, say it again.
Yeah, read that one more time.
Purpose means the reason for which something is done or created, or for which something even exists. Mm-hmm. Have as one's intention or objective, and I put heavy on the intention.
Right. Whew, you have to be intentional with your purpose.
Love, purpose, and intention is exactly what I wrote after that. Like, can you love someone without purpose and intention?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
I don't think so.
I think you can care for them. Mm-hmm. I think you can care about their well-being a little bit, but like if you don't have any purpose for them or you don't have an intention or an end goal with them, can you truly love that person?
I think you, if we be honest, maybe you're just lusting or you need a friend. But
trauma bonding?
Yeah, because I'm intentional about loving my husband. Mm-hmm. I pay attention onto it, even if he can't verbalize it sometimes, what makes him happy in each moment. Mm-hmm. Because as it changes in the moment, life happens, you grow older together, your children go, so many things happen, but I pay attention and be intentional on what is happening. So our purpose, and I'm purposeful in loving him. Because you're going to fail yourself because it's going to be a mess. Mm-hmm. If you love someone, you're intentional about what you do for them and how you make them feel. I'm not just going to say anything reckless to him. Right. I'm not going to do reckless things.
You're going to make sure you watch your mouth.
Absolutely.
And not because you better watch your mouth.
No.
I'm watching my mouth because
I love you. Yeah. And I'm intentional to stay on the purpose of growing us. And by growing us, I'm going to speak life into us. I'm going to give you the needs and the words that you need to help you grow, just like he does for me.
Yes.
It has to be an intentional act because so many people are unintentional, or sometimes they're intentional on hurting you.
Yeah.
Some people do have ways of intentionally hurting you.
Yes, they do. That is their whole plan, purpose, and execution. You are right. Never gave a fuck about how you felt at all. Your feelings did not matter. It's definitely a real thing. But let's say that you did. Let's say like. I want to make it more. I got to be intentional.
Okay.
So let's say, siblings or family.
Okay.
Right. I have a purpose.
Yes.
I love you.
Right.
Because you're my family.
Right.
However, you've done me wrong.
Yes.
I still love you.
Absolutely.
But the purpose has changed.
Absolutely.
So in that sense, you can love someone, but not intentional about being purposefully.
I think you're purposely not going to hurt them while you're moving into your purpose.
Right.
Because you learn that, yes, you are family. I have to love you because you're family, not necessarily a love.
I already did.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, you got me. You got me there.
Yeah. Yes. So, it's a different type of a dynamic with that because, people change. Circumstances change.
And that's when the purpose changed because now you're purposefully letting me know that you're remorseful for what you did.
Absolutely.
Okay, I'm with that.
Okay.
All right, cool. So next, when you love someone, do you have to love their purpose?
Absolutely. And we should put a period right there.
Exclamation mark. What they say, cap?
No cap.
Extra heavy on the cap.
Oh my gosh. Because when you love a person and you love their purpose and where they're going, you're able to push them, but they also love you in a different dynamic because they want to see the best in you.
Yeah.
And it's, purpose takes money too. So are you willing to sacrifice your money and your time and your efforts? But you will if you love me.
You absolutely would. It wouldn't even be a thought in your mind.
Not even.
Especially if I come with you and my passion I'm purposeful about my passion.
Right.
I got you some documentation. I'm showing you this is what we doing. This is what I've been working on.
Yes.
Like, you gotta love my passion just as much as me.
Yes.
But if you're like, yeah, that's cool, but maybe you'll get it if you do this. It's like, okay, well, maybe I'm not doing the right thing because if your spouse or your partner, your person is not loving your purpose and your passion, sometimes it could dim that light a little bit.
It absolutely
because you're the person who I cuddle with every night. You're the person who I'm having these random thoughts and ideas, and you right here, I need to be able to run them across you.
Yes.
With some good feedback.
Absolutely.
Whether it's a good idea or a horrible idea.
Absolutely.
You know?
You do need that, and it makes a difference. It makes a difference when you're able to be honest. You're able to have somebody there, like you said, to cuddle with, and to be able to talk about it.
Yeah.
Because
discuss it, brainstorm.
Oh yeah,
brainstorming is huge. And if I start talking to you like, so I got this idea,
yeah,
and then it stops there,
yeah,
you're like, okay,
yeah, well, exactly.
I guess that balloon just went away. Either I'm gonna build into it and pour into it myself,
right,
or I'm gonna probably, depending on the person, feel like, damn, well, if this person that I love and they love me back don't think it's a good idea, maybe it's not. Now you're doubting yourself.
And what we're not even thinking about is we need that person to approve and give us accolades and support us, because it pushes us. You could be doubting yourself in the pit of your gut. Yeah. But if that person says, you have this, you can do this, do you not see yourself?
Like, girl, I know you, I married you.
And it just does something for you. There's an organization that I'm with, and our little slogan is, I see you, sis. I see you.
I see you.
I see you doing your purpose.
And sometimes you don't need to be seen.
Oh.
But that little bit gives you just a little bit of push of motivation that you are being seen.
Absolutely.
You know?
That I see your effort. I see that you're trying.
The crazy part is we had this conversation just last night, and when people say, I like your show,
right,
they always say, I like your podcast. That's what they say. But I'm like, did you watch it really? Like, I'm always genuinely surprised when somebody says that, and they're like, why are you surprised? And I'm like, because I can't see
who's watching
unless either they comment or say something there.
Right.
That's the only time I know, like, oh, okay, so and so checked out the show today. So for me, it may look like 3 people watched it.
Right.
But then they'll say, no, I'm always watching it. I'm like, well, I didn't know. But they don't know that we can't see it.
Exactly.
So it's like that little bit of part is like, okay, so maybe I am talking about something that people really want to hear.
And don't ever doubt it.
You know?
Because love matters.
Love is medicine.
Yes.
Medicine is my healer.
Yes.
So what does support look like to someone when you're supporting their purpose?
I would say pushing them. I would say undergirding them, allowing them to make mistakes.
Give them the space to make mistakes.
Give them grace.
Yeah, that one is big.
Give them
like,
some
you
grace.
tried it and see, this is what happened and this is what, like, you can't do that.
No.
You can't do that.
And then if it doesn't work the first time and that person still wants to get up and try again, support them.
Ask them, and this is what I'm big on, how can I support you?
Absolutely.
How can I be supportive? Because I might think you need me to smother you, check on you all day, text your phone, stop by your house, bring you some fruit,
right,
check on your mama.
Exactly.
You be like, bro, chill, you know?
Exactly.
Okay, so what do you need from me?
Absolutely.
What do you I see you going through something, and I'm big on that. I was talking to someone yesterday, and I checked on her, and she's like, you're grieving, and people don't even know it, but you're checking up on me.
Yes.
And I said, that's because I know people suffer in silence.
Absolutely.
I said, if nobody ever checks up on me, I can't shut off that part of me.
Right.
Because it's who I am.
Right.
So I might have those days where I'm like, I ain't checking up on no motherfucking body, because ain't nobody checking up on me.
Right.
But then me is still like, so what? You see it, your heart is like, do it. And
Absolutely.
I just do it.
Absolutely.
So sometimes that support, it's important to find out, how can I be supportive?
And if they're not able to verbalize how, just be there. Just sit there.
Because they'll come up with something.
Sooner or later.
Can you pass me a paperclip? I sure can.
I'm right here supporting you.
Do you need a pen? Oh, don't ask you nothing?
Yes.
Okay, I'll just sit here.
Don't talk to me.
Okay, I won't say nothing. Can I talk on my phone?
Can I get on my phone? That's all.
But I'm right here.
I'm here.
So how do we articulate to those that I'm growing right now? I feel that I'm growing and my purpose is shifting.
Yes.
I know that I wanted to be a hairstylist, but now I want to be an instructor.
Yeah. I would say It's a very good question because that's where I'm at in my life. I'm just now really embracing me. It's been about my children and, getting them to a point of, I feel like they're okay. They still need me as parents, but, they're in a different state. So now it's really about me. So being able to tell your spouse, I'm not the same person I was when we first started this journey. Mm-hmm. And what has been on your mind, what are your dream, tell them. Even if they don't get it, just tell them. Tell them anyway. And then start moving into your purpose and showing them you're serious.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I always say you're going to have to make the first initiative because nobody's going to believe that you can be this multimillionaire.
Just because you believe it.
Just because you believe it.
Yeah. Yeah. I always say, and it took me a while to figure it out. Like you said, you have to pay attention to you and your patterns. Mm-hmm. And I always feel weird around a certain time. And I might not be, it's not like I'm moody, but things are definitely shifting.
Yes.
And I can feel it.
Yes.
So I'm like, and I'll say it like, something going on, but I don't know what it's going to be yet.
Right.
Something is moving, I don't know what's coming out of this.
Yes.
And I call it my transitional phase.
Absolutely.
And I used to journal about it. Like when I feel it, I'll text about exactly how I'm feeling. Now I try to do a video.
Okay.
I was told to start doing videos.
Okay.
People want to hear my story and all this.
Yes.
But so I try to, like, if I'm feeling, I could be crying, I could be whatever, like emotional, spiritual, whatever. When I feel it, I try to remember to record it. But I feel like if I know that I can explain that to my partner, that it's quarterly.
Yes.
And I can like almost pinpoint it.
Yes.
I might be like a week into it.
Right.
And then I'll have to think like, what time of year is it?
Right.
Okay. That's what's going on.
Yeah,
okay.
and when I know that I'm shifting and changing, the first thing I do is get on my knees. And I seek the Lord for the things that I'm dealing with personally so I can know if it's His will or it's something I'm emotional about. Because at the end of the day, His will is more important to me. So if it's a shift happening because He has me on an assignment, you give me the plan. You have the plan for my life. So I'm going to trust you in that. But I need to know this is you and this is not Nika.
Yes.
Because Nika is kind of finicky at times. Nika have her own agenda. But Lord, if this is you, you'll move me in the direction I need to be. And then once I know it's Him, then I'm able to say to my husband, this is what me and the Lord have talked about.
Okay.
That changes the dynamics.
Because I've already
prayed about this.
Yeah.
Now, either you gonna roll with me or you're not.
You're not going against Jesus, I know. I know you're not trying to go against God. Because I'm not finna lose this fight with you. Yeah, that is deep. You do have to be able to recognize it. Mm-hmm. And take a few minutes to process what you're feeling.
Absolutely.
Because you may not know.
Right.
You're like, shit, I'm feeling all weird and tense and I can't relax and whatever that is, and then you be like, okay.
And you know what else I also do? I'll talk to my notes in my phone to get it off my brain and then go back and read it and say, wow, that was your thought then, because I don't know about you guys, but I'm hitting them 40 marks, and your memory seems to go in and out sometimes.
Just a little bit. You know what? You need to listen to older people. They are wise for a reason, and they tell us things, and we be like, I ain't cool, whatever. But at the same time, you be like, that's what they were saying about this and that and the other. I always think about the fact that my friends, I have a set of friends that are older than me.
Yes.
But I never saw them as older than me.
Yes.
Until we went on a vacation together.
Yes.
And they were like, we're going to bed.
Right.
And I'm like, what? I'll see y'all in the morning.
Right.
And they was like, it's cool because when you get to our age, you're going to be chill on the So now, even though I blame COVID a little bit and I blame me being a germaphobe a little bit, and just before COVID, though, when I would go out, I was working.
Okay.
They hired me to work at the door. So my dynamics of going out had already changed.
Right.
I'm like, oh, so I could still go kick it, have a drink, and listen to some music, shake my ass at the front door, and make a couple dollars? Oh, I'm only going out to make money now. So that push and pull was there too.
Yes.
But now I'm like, you want me to go out again?
Man.
And then when I get there, I'm bored.
Oh, my goodness.
I'm like, okay, Tosh, you transitioning. It's fine. It's time to do something different.
Yes.
My ideas now is like, damn, I want to go to a fashion show.
Right.
Ooh, I want to go to a museum. Or I want to go, so, right, you got to find people who are doing that or go by yourself.
Absolutely.
Because your purpose changes.
Changing.
But I think if you are in a relationship, it's good to have that conversation to the point of like, neither one of us are going to stay the same.
No.
And it's not that my life is changing and my purpose is changing.
Nope.
Yours is going to change too.
Absolutely.
So tell me what that looks like for you. How does it feel? How do you act? How do you move? And if they don't know, at least you planting that seed for them to start to think
about it.
Let me see when I do feel different or when I do, when I do feel the growth happening. Because, baby, the growth be like, hello.
It is.
You are older now.
It is definitely getting older. And Mama said it would be days like this, but I didn't think they were coming this fast.
She didn't even tell me about these ones. She didn't even know. I don't think she knew about these ones for sure. Because I'm like, nah, I know.
Right.
But it's cool. We leaning with it and rocking with it, ain't we?
You move, I move.
Just like that. Definitely. So how do we help our loved ones find their purpose? So just like I said, if they don't even know, how do we help them, especially without becoming their enemy, seeming like you nagging me?
I would say be careful in that because everybody's not like you.
Yeah.
Some people are comfortable just being where they are, but let them embrace and grow for where they feel they want to grow. So if they're cool being just cool, long as they being effective, and I'm not asking anybody to be a bum on the couch and you cool with that. That's a difference. There's a difference in that. I mean, long as you're in motion, but your motion might not be my motion, but you're comfortable in your motion.
Yeah.
And if you tell me, you know what, I want to ride this out for 30 years and get paid from this and retire, I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
Because you have a plan.
This is your plan.
This is your plan. But if mine, it looks different from you, we should be able to help each other no matter what the plan looks like.
What if the plan throws a monkey wrench in what their plan is?
Then it's got to be some compromising happening.
Ooh-wee. It definitely do, but I think that's where people become selfish.
Yes.
They become more about self, like this is my plan, this is what I want to do, it's my life and I want to live it. Now, there is some validity to that because you should. Absolutely, because you do only have this one life. You only got one chance.
Right.
So how do you get to that compromising place where, like, I want to be a rock star, okay, and I want to tour the world, and you want to work as a banker.
Okay.
Go. Like, I can see, like...
I would say we need to come up with a schedule and a rotation for your rock star lifestyle. And if I love you enough, I'm going to take care of home, but still support you when I can come do the rock star lifestyle. But it has to be compromised on both sides.
It does. So I have to come home. I have to make a schedule that fits my family and be there for school recitals.
Absolutely.
You have to come to the table and create a plan.
Create a plan together.
And I think a lot of people don't do that.
No.
Like, you get in a relationship and you're like, y'all go together? Yeah.
Yeah.
So what are your goals? Like, how do you love each other?
People don't even plan to get married anymore.
They don't plan to go together anymore. We got to get to that part first. They plan on being a hoe for the rest of their life is what they plan on doing. They forget about the fact that you're supposed to have somebody that's your companion when you get old and grow old with. But they plan on being hoes these days.
Well,
on both sides. I'm not speaking gender.
No. I mean, take antibiotics, as I like to tell you.
I'm just saying.
I just,
bacteria is real.
We just experienced COVID. I mean,
trigger.
I mean, just be careful. I mean,
it's
I'm not going to say,
scary.
but once you get to a certain age, that's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
When somebody tell you they're 40, 50s, and you still doing the same thing you did in your teens and 20s, sir, ma'am, come on now. It just doesn't look right.
A friend of mine made a post the other day, and I took some words out of that they had nothing to do with the post because he was talking about a man's sex drive. So I took all of that out. Everybody else was focusing on what he said and the type of women he was describing.
Okay.
So he was just saying, like, if a man practices abstinence more often, it will hinder those urges that they have. And he was making light of it, making joke of it, basically saying like, you won't get up in the middle of the night and drive across town to go over there just to get a piece of coochie, or you won't be trying to do something that compromises your morals, and no, you won't bring her baby no juice boxes. Like, he was being funny about it, and they like, bro, what kind of women you dating? Missed the point. And then I saw that there was an older gentleman in there, and he said, if you can't get the ladies no more, that's on you. He was like, because I'm well into my 50 and I still got game. And I sat on that for a minute, and I was like, you're in your 50s and you still haven't grasped the whole, and I mean, this might be the life he want to live.
Right.
No shade. But I'm just saying, like, you still got game. You still playing games in your 50s. This man he was making a big ass statement by telling men, like, you can have more power. You just leading around because, you know, some say they're led by one head and not the other. And I didn't say that. It was said.
Yeah.
But the fact of the matter is that you missed this whole point of him stating that if I control me, if I be purposeful and intentional about my sex drive and doing what I need to do, I can make better decisions on who I sleep with.
And all I keep hearing when you're saying this is, when I was a child, I thought as a child. But as I got older, I put away childish ways. When you know that enough is enough, childish ways doesn't have an age.
It does not.
So,
it does not.
I mean, being 50 and being able to say if you can't get the ladies and all of that, at some point, that's childish to some of us. But you might not be there yet. So respect the fact that this man is deciding that his urge or his desire was overtaking what he's trying to be purposeful in.
Yeah.
He knows what's causing him hindrance. And if it's that head or the other head, he's willing to sacrifice to get to where he needs in his purpose.
And he made that point, and they skipped right over that.
Yeah.
They down to him talking about the fact that he can't get ladies no more. That's not even what he's saying.
No.
Clearly, he's getting plenty of them, and they've got babies with juice boxes and shit. So. And it's like crazy, you know. But I think that to for people like that, right? Sometimes most times I know that it's a trust factor. It's hard to trust humans, and that's a real thing. Even I know that. But I think in order for us to be able to help someone that we love, and I'm going to put it in the aspect of asking me, like, I want to know what my purpose is.
Yeah.
If you ask me that, like, let's brainstorm it. Okay, well, I think they have to trust you first.
Right, they do.
And
you're not going to tell everybody your purpose.
Yeah.
Because, like, if you just doing whatever with someone, they're not really concerned about your purpose because they're not planning to be with you in the future.
Right.
But once you get to a person that is trying to be purposeful and be with you, they're going to want to know your purpose because they want to know if they're capable of helping you get to that purpose.
Especially because they say how we're helpers anyway.
One to another.
We're helpers anyway. So, you know, like, you may have someone who feels like they're the end all be all, but at the same time, I realize where you are with me because of how you discuss even certain topics with me.
Yes.
If you're not genuinely asking how I'm doing or checking in on me or where do I work?
Right. What do I do?
You know, like,
what's my favorite
color? We know
color?
what the purpose is here. We all know. We're all in the. We're all in unison.
If you only call somebody after what? What is the? I don't know. I've been out of the game a very long time. What is the booty call time now?
Hey, it could be 2-3 o'clock in the afternoon as far as I'm here.
But
if you just smashing and dashing, then it's still the same thing.
I'm so happy that I chose a different lifestyle,
marriage,
and stuck it out.
Yeah,
because
it's
not
ghetto
fun.
Out here.
Yeah,
it's real ghetto out here.
I couldn't even. My nerves. Look, I'm already starting to itch just thinking about. I'm gonna say this on the air. Husband, stay with me because
I love you. I cherish and honor you.
Please don't leave me. I don't want anybody
else. It's raggedy outside. And it's so funny. That's we can get into a whole different topic. I'm going to try to stay on subject.
Okay, let's stay focused.
Because, baby, that is one right there. And it's funny. But I just watch and play and See how this thing goes? Because people are hilarious. And it's so funny how people are purposely trying to be like finagle you when they don't even have to.
You know, what's funny to me, my husband says this to me. He was like, I see your fans. And I'll be like, what do you mean? He'd be like, the same old people, like all of your posts. And we laugh about it.
Right.
But it was a point he'll be like, who is this? Mm-hmm. But now he knows we secure. We trust each other.
They can love every post.
They can love everything.
They just throwing up my views, babe. That's it. You need the views to be up.
But if you're not secure and you don't trust the person that you with, you could take that some type of way. Mm-hmm. And I appreciate my fans, you know. It keeps me active on social media.
And lets you know what you got too.
Yes.
Let you know it's still, there's options.
Yes.
And we can keep it fresh.
Yes.
We can keep it fresh.
But there's options, but I don't want them. Please.
None of them. That's the sad. Oh, God. Let's not. Let's just turn this pain into passion,
yes,
okay?
That's it. Drive in a different
direction. Turn that passion into purpose. But why is purpose so important within a relationship?
Because you need something to grow. You need something to look forward to. Mm-hmm. You know, even if it's a business, if it's a goal, if it's education, if it's finances, purpose matters in everything that you do. Because you have to have a purpose or a goal to get anything. If you're buying your first house together, if you're purchasing a car, like everything matters in your purpose. Because you have purpose is planning and goal. All of it comes together. And you can't just be stagnant and comfortable and not doing anything. That doesn't even make sense.
Yeah. And the crazy part is that there's so many different things with relationships, because you got singles that's seeking love and building families and sexual experiences. But then you have couples that can you stay together if your purpose don't even match?
Yes.
And then you have, do you have to make it to a place of like creating a unified purpose? Like we do have separate purposes, right? But we have one that's in common.
Absolutely.
And I think that's the one that keeps it strong, and solid, and the foundation. I always say for a relationship, if you can't build a house without a foundation, because it will sink, it will crack, it will, the stucco and all that shit will come off, and the shingles and everything and all that. So if you don't build the foundation first of what your relationship is, even what is the purpose of your relationship? What are we together for?
What are we standing on?
But I think that's a whole lot of people's outlook on, though, is like, what do I need someone for? We've gotten to that place of like, you see it all the time on Facebook. You got men, what do you bring to the table? Like, what do I need a woman for besides this? And then you have women that's like, okay, well, if you can't help me in this, and this, then I don't need you for this. But it's like, at the same time, you have to have a human interaction no matter what.
I would say both men and women need a therapist.
Ooh.
Because you have to know yourself enough. And some people are great being by themselves. That's totally fine for them. But don't try to involve someone if you know you'd rather be by yourself. So I believe if you start figuring yourself out and seeing a therapist and seeking what am I here for? Yeah. What do I really like? What do I really want? What is really my purpose? Then you won't be so entangled and other stuff.
Because you see when it's like friction within a relationship, the first thing they do is, why am I even here?
Right.
Why am I here?
Yes.
This is not making me happy. Right. This is not fulfilling me.
And it won't make you happy because you're not happy with yourself. I can't make you happy.
Wait. One more time. One more again. Because, baby, that is a message.
I cannot make you happy. Are you happy with yourself? At the end of the day, can you look yourself in the mirror and say, I am just happy to be me?
Yes.
And then be able to say to someone, these are the things that make me happy that I've learned about myself.
Sit down and write a list.
Yes.
Because you don't know. Like, if you ask somebody, what are your strengths? Go. Yeah. On the fly, they like, I'm a good person. Because you don't think about, you don't talk to yourself like that every day. No. You don't say like, yo, you are a really dope individual. Like, you're very caring. You're outgoing. You're a great listener. You show up for people. You don't pour into yourself like that. Right. And I think for the most part that we're not taught to do that.
No.
to look out for yourself, to love yourself. And we're taught, like, go out, especially with women. I say this all the time, and I don't care. You get taught, like, you grow up, go find love,
Right.
get married, have kids, and settle down.
Right.
But they never say, what does finding love look like when you don't even need to look nowhere else but from within?
But did they know?
They didn't know.
Yeah. You can't fall for somebody what they didn't know.
Well, what only thing we can do is what we're doing now.
Exactly.
And so I am very big on breaking generational curses.
Absolutely.
Because there's conversations that I had to have with my grandmother.
Yes.
And she was just like, you got a point there.
Yes.
You know, and I was like, well, we got to bring this thing around.
Yes.
And we got to change the narrative because I know, we know in history where things were deliberately made to break that.
Yes.
Where they didn't know what that looked like, you know, and just think about how we got here all together. We knew that we still needed to love each other.
Right.
We knew the purpose of it was to have some type of unity because we were in a foreign ass country. We didn't know where to go. We didn't have nowhere to run, nowhere to hide, didn't know to speak the language.
Yes.
Looked different than everybody else, but we knew that we had to love each other.
And even then, we loved each other enough to build each other families up. We would
One at a time.
We would take care of everybody family on the street, just like we were talking about earlier. We know the whole neighborhood.
Yep.
We're all moved away from the neighborhood, but I can tell you every family that was in that neighborhood, and one of us in our neighborhood still stay in contact with each other because it was such a bond and a relationship in families back then that they cared about somebody else's children.
People caring about other people's children is so heavy on my heart right now.
Yeah.
Because we have gotten so far away from caring about other people that you even hear people that still claim themselves to be Christians to be like, well, there's no well.
No.
There's no well in that. Like,
I don't even.
Well, they kids, what they did, or she is.
Well, we won't even say they're Christians because we're going to examine again. What is your purpose when you're hurtfully saying something to someone? If you really have a relationship with him, you're going to be ready to speak life into someone else. I can't dare talk about anyone else's kids because I have my own. But my goal is to know your kids' strengths and weaknesses and build them up. I don't go to somebody else's child and call them all out their name. I'm like, hey, baby, how are you? You speak kind to children.
Yeah. And that's what they need.
Yes.
That's what they need. I don't care how tough these kids are acting. I don't care.
Say that one more time.
Acting.
How tough they're
acting.
Thank you.
That's just a cry for help.
Absolutely.
That is a cry for a hug. That is cry for compassion. That is cry for somebody to give a damn about them.
Or to help me understand my purpose.
Help me.
Help me.
I was born into this place. I don't know anything.
Help me.
That's a whole nother topic too.
Okay.
That one is deep.
Yes.
That one is heavy. And the only reason why I said it like I said it because we just had a conversation the other day about homeless people.
Yes.
And they're like, a friend of mine said, well, some of them choose that. It negates what I'm saying though.
Right.
I'm not asking if they chose it.
Right.
I'm not asking how they got there.
Right.
I'm talking about the fact that there should be no one living and laying outside on the ground. That's just me. So I'll do what I need to do, and you do what you need to do, and we'll go from there. But I think that people just are at a place now. It's like, not my problem.
Right.
Not my problem. Let me mind my own business until they need some help in that same area. Then it's your problem, and you want people to care.
Absolutely.
That's crazy. So what are your thoughts on the fact that, and I researched this portion, guys, that they say a feminine essence, love, and creativity are the center and central to her motivation. And for a masculine essence, the purpose is central to his motivation.
That's so true. I mean, there's nothing even need to be said on that. I mean,
when I saw that, I had to pull that out because I was like, now that's a little deep.
That's
the feminine essence. Love is first.
Right.
And creativity. And I feel like the creativity is the portion because we create life. And it's the center and central to her motivation.
Yes.
Wow. So it's just it's already embedded.
It is.
And then for men, it's like their purpose is the center for their motivation.
Yes.
So whatever their purpose is, that's their motivation.
That's their motivation.
So if love is the purpose, then that's the motivation. But we still got love in there no matter what.
No matter what.
Wow.
No matter what. That's really good. I mean, women are created to give life. Mm-hmm. That's our purpose. That's what we, was put here to do. And then the fact that whether we're birthing a child or you're birthing something else, you probably couldn't even have children, but you're going to come in and raise someone else's children. Now your purpose has changed, and then you have to build somebody else up into their purpose. So our life-giving process is way bigger than what we think.
Huge.
We have the power to change the dynamics of so much. Black girl power, black girl magic. I mean, it could be purple green magic, but if you're a woman, you have power to do some mighty things. Women, no matter where you put them, they're going to make it happen. Mm-hmm. How many mothers have you heard say, I fed my babies and I didn't eat?
All the time.
How many times have you said when a male or somebody leaves them, I have to take care of mine?
It might not be the best way,
but they're going to do it.
But so this guy posted today, a guy said that women are the worst parents on the planet. If they have I'm going to have to show it to you. If they're a single woman, it's 100% out of 100% that the daughter is going to be a single parent, and 100% out of 100% that the son will be in prison. And I said,
And he has facts on that? Or is that his opinion?
I don't know. People send me these videos because they like these controversy conversations.
Well,
I was just like, no way. There's no way. And he said 100% out of 100% if they were to stay with their dad as a single dad, that they would have a successful life. I was like, that's not true.
It's so not true.
That's not true.
We're not even going to entertain that. I came from a single parent home, and I am married today.
Look at me now.
Right. I mean,
look at me now.
It's all a choice. You can break the generational curse. I'm sure my mother wanted to be married, but whatever life and journey, she didn't get there. But that didn't mean that she didn't embrace the fact that she wanted me to get married. Mm-hmm. We didn't have go get a man conversation.
Push.
No, but at some point she was like, baby, you don't want to be alone and do this all alone, because these are the things I had to deal with because of that. And I was her only child. So after I hit 18, can you imagine how she felt? The only person that lived in her house, for 18 years, her own child, is now moving out.
That's her human interaction.
That's it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's a huge change.
And they knew before they implemented the things that were implemented.
Absolutely.
The psychological effects of someone being alone.
Yes.
Why do you think they do the isolation in prisons?
Why do you think that they created the fact that Section 8, you can't have your spouse living with you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because and they think it's us. Like, oh, you chose to be on there and you chose. Like, it's bigger than that.
It's so much bigger. There's so many statistics that show certain things were set up so we could fail in our household.
I just did an adversary training at work, and we talking about it on the show. I gotta calm myself down,
right? Because
I'm in there.
Yeah,
I'm in there. I'm all up in there, and you can see the effects are so true, so true, and it's lifelong effects.
Yes.
So they clearly knew.
Yes.
Exactly. If we do this, if we put this, if we implement that, if we drop a little bit of that, this exactly will happen.
Yes.
It's crazy, but it's true. So we are going to keep on talking about things and finding solutions and breaking generational curses.
Absolutely.
Because it's very, very important. But on the fact that you stated something about we're powerful, I got something to talk to you about on that.
Okay.
But really quick, so if somebody needed your services, how can they find you?
I'm all across the Vegas area, 702.
Coast to coast.
No, but if you need me, you can text or call me. My business phone number is 725-500-9001. And you can also email me. It's info@NikaBrownBizServices.com.
Y'all make sure y'all tune in with her. She has some gems for you businesses and you new business owners. You don't know the way. You just in the water trying to figure it out. There is help. There is a life vest for you.
There is.
And thank y'all for tuning in. I love y'all. Until next time. Peace out. Where is my